Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Miami Life Center live class channel. I'm Joseph Armstrong. Behind me, we have my friend and colleague Tati. Today, we're going to offer you an intro to, we're missing one piece, I suddenly realized. Stand by 1 second, guys. Okay, so I hope that you guys can hear me better now. I was saying I'm Joseph Armstrong, and this is my colleague Tati, and today we're going to do an intro to yoga class. So I'm going to encourage you to take a comfortable cross-legged seat on your mat. If that's not something that's accessible for you, you could extend your legs out in front of you. And we're just going to begin with a couple moments of breath awareness. So let your eyes close. And first, just feel for the quality of your breathing, the natural presence that's possible when you pay attention to the breath. And then start to slow the breath down. So breathe in maybe for a counted 5. And then exhale slowly for a count of 5. And as a beginner, I think it's nice to really take the time to feel the breath, to count it out, to slow down, to identify that the breath is the center of this practice. And you can breathe with sound here. So tightening the muscles in the throat right around the voice box. It'll give the breath a little windiness. And if this is a practice that's completely new to you, sometimes this little technique helps. You can hold your hand up in front of you as if it were a mirror, and then fog the mirror. And that's what it should sound like, the breath. Try it again, this time with closed lips, sending the sound and the breath out of the nose. As you continue to cultivate this awareness of the breath, you can engage with your deep core. So drawing the belly inside. Also pulling up on the pelvic floor. So these are the muscles right between your genitals and your anus, the perineum. Tighten there and draw upwards into the body. Breath deep and rhythmic, pelvic floor up, belly inside. Take a few more moments here, cultivating that deep breath awareness. And then allowing the eyes to open, we're going to take a couple of very gentle side body stretches. So you can take your right hand and reach it out to the side and place it down on the mat. And sort of lean into your palm as you reach the left arm up. And just get a nice stretch there. And you can work on loosening the neck up a little bit here. If you turn your gaze down to your fingers, and then look back up at the fingers above you, and move with your breath. Exhale, look down. And then inhale, look back up. And then we're going to take the same movement on the other side. So just switch the hands. Look up at the fingers above you as you inhale. And then exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. Good. And come back to the center. Interlace your fingers and then just press straight out in front of you. And then you can reach up and look up. You'll feel a little arch come into your back. And then exhale, round the spine, push straight out in front of you. So it's a cat-cow variation from seated. Inhale, reach up, the back arches. And then exhale, forward round. Take a couple more of those, move at your own speed, connect with your breath. Connection of breath and movement, that is the very definition of vinyasa. So these are vinyasas you're doing right here, connecting the breath and movement. Good. Last one on your exhale, lower down. Nice. We're going to make our way up to standing slowly. So just turn to face the front of your mat. And then we're going to step back into a plank position. So step back. Come into a high plank if that's comfortable for you. If you need to put your knees down, that's fine as well. And we're just going to hold here for a couple breaths, feeling the strength of the body. If you're in tabletop position, go ahead and lift your knees. Give that a try. If that's very difficult, put the knees back down, and then we're going to lower through chaturanga. So exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up into up dog. So flip the feet over, head back, straight arms. And then exhale, push back to down dog. All right, so some of you might like to take some pedaling movements to loosen up the back of the body. So you can bend your right knee a little bit, and then your left knee. Keep the breath deep and rhythmic. And then we'll make our way up to standing. So look to the front of your mat and just slowly walk yourself up. You'll find yourself hanging out in a standing forward fold. And you can just hang there. If it feels nice, you can grab your elbows and sway around a little bit. Note that the feet can be together or apart here. Maybe it's a little more technically difficult if the feet are together, but you don't have to aim for that. It doesn't have to be a goal. If the feet need to be apart for stability, that's fine. And then release the arms down and slowly, slowly make your way up to standing. So one little vertebra at a time. You're just going to roll your way up. And once you get up, close your eyes. Draw your hands to prayer by your heart. And just notice how in such a short time, there's an increased sense of presence in the body. That's what we're really doing here. It's not about the shapes. It's about the process and the sense of awareness that you can cultivate along the way. Today we're just going to take the sound of Om before we move. Hands to prayer, deep breath in. When you're ready, let the arms drop down, let the eyes open. So what we've done up until now has been a bit of a warm-up, and that Om sort of signified the start of our traditional Ashtanga practice. We're going to move through Sun Salutation A, which we call Surya Namaskara. It's a series of 9 movements connecting breath with the alignment of the body. So I'm going to count a little bit in Sanskrit and give you the breath movement for each position. Just do your best to match up. If you need to stop, if you need to take breaks, if you don't quite stay with us, that's fine too. Just do your best. Ekam, inhale, reach your arms up, palms touch, look up. Dwe, exhale, fold forward, nose towards the knees. Trini, inhale, head up, halfway only, look forward. And then Chaturari, exhale, step back to plank. You can put your knees down if you need. Exhale, lower down halfway only. Inhale, lift the chest, head back, flip the feet. And then exhale, flip the feet again, push back into down dog. So try to keep the legs straight and strong here. 1. Try to set your gaze one place. So traditionally, that gaze is towards the navel. 2. It could also be somewhere on the legs. 3. Keeping your breath deep, the center of your practice. 4. And 5. Look to the front. Sapta inhale, step forward, feet together, look up, lengthen. Exhale, fold, nose to the knees. Inhale, reach straight up. If possible, touch the palms, look at your thumbs. And then exhale, drop the arms to the side. We're gonna do 4 more just like that. Ekam, inhale, arms up, look up. Dwe, exhale, fold forward, belly inside. Trini, inhale, look up, lengthen your spine. Chatwari, exhale, step back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now settle into stillness, 5 deep breaths. 1, focus the eyes one place. 2, strong legs, heels pressing downward. 3, a slight engagement of the quadriceps by drawing the kneecaps gently upward. 4, gripping the mat with the fingertips, broadening the shoulder blades, wrapping them around the outside. And 5, look to the front. Sapta inhale, step forward, the feet together if possible. Exhale, fold, nose towards knees. Inhale, reach straight up, palms touch, look up. Exhale, drop the arms. Again, Ekam, inhale. Dwe, exhale. Trini, inhale. Chatwari, exhale. Pancha, inhale. Shat, exhale. Lovely. 5 deep breaths, settle into stillness. 1, use this time in down dog to regain your composure. 2, focus the mind on the breath. 3, focus the eyes one place. 4, focus the awareness on the sensation inside the body. And 5, look to the front. Sapta inhale, step or jump forward, look up, lengthen. Exhale, fold, belly inside. Inhale, reach up, palms touch. Exhale, arms to the side. Again, Ekam, inhale. Dwe, exhale. Trini, inhale. Now this time you'll see something new, and this is totally optional. If you want to, you can jump back. Chatwari, exhale, jump and lower. Pancha, inhale, up dog. Shat, exhale, down dog. Good. Now find the stillness of the practice. 1, using the breath to guide you into a sense of calm and ease. 2, deep rhythmic breath with sound. 3, feeling the inside of the body, feeling the space of the breath. 4, and 5. Sapta inhale, step or jump, look up and lengthen. Ashtau, exhale, folding. Nava, inhale, reach, look up. Exhale, arms to the side. All right, I think this is the last one. Ekam, inhale, arms up. Dwe, exhale, fold. Trini, inhale, look up, lengthen. Chatwari, exhale, jump or step, lower. Pancha, inhale, up dog. Shat, exhale, down dog. Now settle. 1, use the breath to cultivate that sense of calm. 2, 3, belly pulling inside, feeling the space right behind the belly button. 4, and 5. Sapta, inhale forward, look up, lengthen. Ashtau, exhale, fold. Nava, inhale, reach up, palms touch. Exhale, Samastitihi. All right, so now we move into Surya Namaskara B. It has the same bones, but it's a little more complicated. You'll notice that the breath will be more challenged here. Feel free to slow it down if we go too fast. Take your time, don't force it. Surya Namaskara B. Ekam, inhale, bend the knees, arms up, palms touch. Dwe, exhale, fold, nose towards the knees. Trini, inhale, look up, lengthen. Chatwari, exhale, step or jump, lower down. Pancha, inhale, up dog, head back, broad chest. Shat, exhale, down dog. Now, step your right foot forward between the hands, left heel goes down, arms reach up. If the palms can touch, that's great. Look up at the thumb. Now with an exhale, hands down. Step back, lower. That's all one exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now one inhale on the left side. Inhale, left foot forward, heel down, arms up, all one breath in. One exhale takes you all the way back down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Settle in for 5 deep breaths. 1, set the eyes one place. 2, strong legs, belly pulling inside. 3, 4, 5. Look to the front. Inhale, step or jump forward. Look up, lengthen. Exhale, folding, belly in. Inhale, bend the knees deeply, arms up, palms touch if possible. Exhale, standing position. Good. Again, ekam, inhale, bend the knees. Dwe, exhale, fold, squeeze the knees. Trini, inhale, look up, lengthen. Chatwari, exhale, lower down. Pancha, inhale, up dog. Shat, exhale, down dog. Sapta, inhale, right side. Ashtau, exhale, lower. Nava, inhale. Dasha, exhale. Ekadasha, inhale, left side. Dwadasha, exhale, lower. Trayodasha, inhale. Chaturdasha, exhale. 5 deep breaths. 1. Notice what happened to the quality of breathing while you were moving. 2. Use this time in down dog to slow down and calm the nervous system. 3. 4. 5. Panchadasha, inhale forward, look up, lengthen. Shodasha, exhale, fold. Saptadasha, inhale, bend the knees, palms touch. Exhale, samastitihi. All right, we're gonna take one last round. I'm gonna do something a little different this time, and I'm gonna reduce the amount of information I give you. So I'm only gonna give you the Sanskrit count and the movement of the breath. You try to remember the rest, all right? Ekam, inhale. Dwe, exhale. Trini, inhale. Chatwari, exhale. Pancha, inhale. Shat, exhale. Sapta, inhale, right. Ashtau, exhale. Nava, inhale. Dasha, exhale. Ekadasha, inhale, left. Dwadasha, exhale. Trayodasha, inhale. Chaturdasha, belly firm the pelvic floor. 2, feel the body from the inside out. 3, use the breath to tap a sense of calm and ease. 4, 5, look to the front. Panchadasha, inhale. Shodasha, exhale. Saptadasha, inhale. Exhale, samastitihi. Good, close your eyes. Take a moment to regain control of your breathing. Remember, the breath is the center of this practice. Deep, rhythmic, calming breath. From here, we're going to move into a series of standing poses, beginning with 2 forward folds. The first is called Padangusthasana. So leaving the arms by the side, inhale, step or hop the feet hip width apart, reach straight down and hook your big toes. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Now pause here. I want you to know that if you can't reach your toes, that's fine. You can just hang there for a moment. Maybe you grab a block or some sort of prop that you use in your practice. If you do get the toes, I want you to gently pull up and extend your spine, straighten your legs, put your body weight forward into the toes, and then with an exhale, fold forward. 1. So be aware of what's happening in your shoulders. Pull your shoulders away from the ears. 2. Body weight forward into the toes. Make sure your belly is sucking inside. 3, the crown of the head reaches down. 4, the back of the legs are lengthening while the low back releases. And 5, I think that was 5. Inhale, look up, lengthen, extend your spine, extend your arms. Second variation's a little deeper. So if the first one was challenging, you don't have to go any further. But if you want to, you can go to Padahastasana and slide your hastas under your padas. So hands under the feet. Look up, lengthen again, draw the belly in, and then exhale, fold once more. 1. So it's very important in these forward folds not to use the arms and shoulders to pull yourself deeper. 2, instead relax the arms, draw the shoulders away from the ears. 3, fold by sucking the belly in and tilting the body weight forward into the toes. 4, 5, inhale, head up, extend the arms and spine, pause and exhale, and then inhale, rise the rest of the way up, arms by the side, step or hop the feet back together. So we're going to open up to face the right side here for the next pose. You're going to turn this way, all right? And this is for triangle pose. And the feet should be a little less far apart than perhaps in your vinyasa practice. So you'll see Tati gets roughly 1 leg's width between her 2 feet as she extends her arms. Her feet are parallel. This is a position David Robson, one of my teachers, calls starfish. And it's a really helpful position to get very comfortable with in the next 2 sequences. We'll come here in between each side of each pose. All right, so now to take triangle, turn your right foot out. So you go to that side, pretend, yeah. All right. So the right foot's turning out, and you're going to reach down and place the hand on the shin. If that's easy, the hand can slide down a little further, and then pause there. Pay attention to what's happening in your rib cage. Spin your rib cage backwards. I also find it's helpful to bring awareness into the head, into the shoulder girdle, and think of pushing those backwards so that the torso aligns over the leg beneath you. Good. Now, if you have more flexibility, you might grab the big toe and then gently pull up on the toe. And this is the traditional Ashtanga variation. We're going to take a couple more deep breaths here because I know I just talked a lot. Good. Then with an inhale, rise up, take that starfish position again, the feet parallel. For the other side, turn the foot out. Make sure your heels are aligned. Make sure your rear foot is either parallel to the back edge of your mat or with the toes slightly forward, either way. Exhale the hand down onto the shin, the ankle, or take the toe. Bring awareness into your rib cage. Think of spinning your top ribs back. Think of pushing your entire spinal column backwards over the leg beneath you. Deep rhythmic breathing here as you reach up through the fingertips above you. The eyes are focused one place towards the fingertips. The belly is inside. And then with an inhale, rise up again, find starfish. So this next posture is quite challenging. I'm going to give you some variations. Turn the right foot out, and then you're going to take your right hand and first just place it down on the floor or the foot on the inside. Reach the other arm up and look up. Bring awareness into your hips. Start to push your right hip back. Good. If it's comfortable for you, try to move the hand that's on the floor over to the foot. Good. And then possibly even to the floor on the outside of the foot. And then look up at the fingers above you. Take a couple deep breaths. Remember that a block is fine here. Whatever prop you might need, feel free to utilize. Focus on pushing the hips into a position of squareness, twisting along the central column, reaching up through the fingertips above you. And then with an inhale, draw the belly in, rise up into starfish position. On the other side, turn the foot out, square the hips as you place the hand down. Remember, you can take floor outside or inside. You could take the hand onto the foot, onto the shin. You could use a block. Just find the variation that works for you today. 1, keep trying to square the hips. Keep breathing deeply. We'll say that's 3. Reach up through the fingers above you. 4. And 5. Inhale, come up to starfish position. And then we're going to switch here, Samasthiti. Inhale, step to the front of the mat. Good. Now we're all on the same side. Next pose is Parsva Konasana. These are extended side angles. Inhale, open a little wider to your right side. Turn your right foot out and bend the knee deeply. So notice here how her knee is just past her ankle, but not past her toes. From there, I'm going to give you some options. Start with the forearm on the thigh, and then extend the other arm at an angle so that from the heel to the fingertips is one straight line. From here, you can bring a little awareness into the twisting of the torso. So spin the top ribs back in space. If it's possible for you, you could place your right fingertips on the floor outside the foot. Good. And then press the knee and shoulder together. If possible, place the palm flat. Deep rhythmic breathing here. Eyes focused one place. Remember, you can use a block. You can take the variation that works for you today. Deep rhythmic breathing is the center of the practice. And then with an inhale, come up into starfish position. Same thing, other side. Turn the left foot out, bend the knee deeply. First, take forearm to thigh as you reach the right arm. Look at your fingertips. Spin the rib cage backwards in space. And then move into the variation that feels right for you today. So maybe the hand goes down to the outside of the foot. Once you find your variation, try to settle into stillness. Try to use the breath to connect with a sense of ease in the pose. Good. With an inhale, come up, turn the feet parallel. So from here, you're going to turn the right foot out again. I'm going to ask you to drop your left knee down to the mat as you bend your right knee. Tati, will you just turn this way? Yep, exactly. And we're going to work on how to set up a deep twist. So there are 3 main components to twisting deeply. One of them is to suck the belly inside. The second one is to feel the lift of the rib cage. And the third one is that lateral movement, so the actual twist. Belly in, rib cage up, lateral movement. So we're going to put those all together and try to catch your elbow on the outside of your knee. So take a deep breath in, lift, belly in, and exhale, catch the elbow outside the knee. Press your palms together in prayer. Look back at the shoulder behind you. So for a beginner, I think this is a really good place to try to be. It's a very challenging asana. If you happen to be able to go deeper into it, you could take that variation now, but don't force it. It's okay to stay here, breathe deep. Just so you know what the deeper variation looks like, if you want to, the lower hand can drop towards the floor. The upper arm extends towards the ceiling and reaches forward. And then finally, the knee behind you can lift. Good. Deep rhythmic breathing. Nice. And then inhale, come up into your starfish position and spread the arms. So just come back into the regular shape. And then we're going to turn to the other side. So your left foot's going to come out, the knee is going to bend, place the right knee down, belly inside, rib cage up, and then lateral movement. Catch your elbow outside your knee. Touch the palms together. Extend along the line of your collarbone. Lift the top shoulder, look at the shoulder. That's a super place to be. Stay there, breathe deep. But if you happen to have access to a deeper variation, you could move into it. Good. Deep breath. You'll notice she put her heel down this time as well. She's focusing on the space of her hips and keeping them square by pushing the right sit bone back. And then with an inhale, rise up into starfish position. Feet parallel. Exhale, front of the mat, Samasthiti here. Close your eyes again. It's always good as a beginner to take the time to reconnect with the breath. Slow, deep, rhythmic. Connecting with the deep core by drawing the belly inside, firming the pelvic floor. And then letting the eyes open. From here, we're going to move into wide-legged forward folds. We call these Prasarita Padottanasana, A through D. So inhale, open to face your right side. Feet are parallel, the hands are on the waist. Inhale, lift up your chest, not your head. And then exhale, fold, place your palms on the floor. If the palms don't go, just get wherever you can. Maybe use a block, maybe use your fingertips. Do look up and lengthen your spinal column. And then exhale, fold, press your elbows back. 1. So from here, you could walk your hands back, keeping your fingers forward. 2, you can move the body weight forward into the toes. 3, keep the belly inside. 4, strong legs. And 5, Trini, inhale, head up only. Exhale there, don't move. Place your hands on your waist. Pancha, inhale, rise. B variation, Ekam, inhale, spread the arms. Dwe, exhale, hands on the waist. Inhale, lift the chest only. And then exhale, fold again. Keep your hands on your waist. 1, move the body weight forward into the toes. 2, open the chest by squeezing the elbows together. 3, imagine there's a beach ball between your elbows and you don't want to drop it. 4, keep the breath deep, the eyes focused. 5, inhale, come all the way up. C variation, Ekam, inhale, spread. Dwe, exhale, interlace the hands behind you. Fingers interlace like this. Inhale, lift the chest only. And then exhale, fold forward, arms over the head like a lever. 1. So the movement here is in the shoulders. Don't force it. Just a gentle downward press through the shoulder joint. 2, the movement is also in the leaning forward, body weight into the toes. 3, there's a sense of engagement in the deep core, the belly is inside. 4, the eyes are softly focused one place, maybe towards the tip of the nose. And 5. Inhale, come all the way up. Last one, hands go right to the waist. Ekam inhale, lift your chest. Dway exhale, take the big toes. Look up, lengthen the spine. Trini, exhale, fold, crown of the head down, elbows to the side. 1. Body weight forward, belly in. 2. Deep rhythmic breath. 3. Shoulders drawing away from the floor. 4. And 5. Chitwari, inhale, head up only. Exhale, don't move. Place your hands on the waist. Pancha, inhale, rise. And then exhale, Samastitihi. Parsvatanasana, this is pyramid pose with the hands in a bind behind you. So I'm going to give you a few options real quick for this hand placement. You can either take the fingertips together, you could take a fist bump, you could take the elbows, or you could take reverse prayer. This one's pretty challenging. So play with that for a moment, see which one you can get. Fist bump. Good. Fist bump's really common for beginners. That's a good place to be. Now on an inhale, step your right foot back and turn and face the other side of your mat. Take a moment to really square your hips, internally rotate your legs, pull your belly in, lift your chest on an inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. Aim your sternum, the center of your chest, at your knee. 1. Now keep lifting your elbows. 2, keep pressing your right sit bone back into square. 3, keep the pelvic floor engaged, the belly in. 4, deep rhythmic breath. 5, Trini, inhale, rise up, turn to face the other side. And then Chitwari, exhale, fold over your squared hips. 1, lift the elbows. 2, deep breath. 3, 4, 5. Pancha, inhale, rise up. Keep the fist bump, turn the feet parallel, and then exhale, step back to the front, drop the arms. So next in the Ashtanga sequence are 2 super challenging balancing poses. Today we're going to simplify and we're only going to take one balance and we're going to work our way through a tree pose and maybe into the traditional posture of Ardha Baddha Padmottanasana. So if you'll turn to face the camera for this, we're going to start our tree pose and our balance work very easy today. So I want you to take your right foot, just put your toes on the ground and your heel up onto your ankle. And you can draw your hands to prayer. For many of us, this might be a great place to work on building stability. So take a couple breaths there. If you feel like you are supported and strong here, you could challenge yourself by pulling the entire foot up onto the calf. Now you're having to balance by equally distributing your weight into the left foot, by firming your core, by feeling a lift up through the crown. The eyes are focused one place. That helps big time with balance. So now taking it a bit deeper, you could grab your right ankle and pull it all the way up onto your thigh. Now we're in a quite deep tree pose. We're working deeply in the hip joint here. Take a few deep breaths. So the next movement is a little advanced. Don't feel pressure to try it. But if you wanted to, you could bring the right foot into a half lotus position, drawing it up towards the hip crease. I'm going to give you one more option. You could reach the right arm around, grab your elbow or the foot, either way. And then we're just going to balance here today. You can bring the other hand wherever you want. Deep breath, strong core. And then slowly exhale, release the pose. We're going to take the same step by step on the other side. So take your left toes, put them down on your mat, heel up, hands to prayer. Begin to cultivate a sense of balance. Feel how the core can support your balance. Draw the belly in. See how focused eyes support your balance. Look only one place. And then start to work on finding the variation that works for you. We'll let Tati work her way through calf, then maybe up onto the thigh. Find your balance. There's no rush. And then as you're ready, if it's accessible, you could bring the half lotus position. Be very mindful of your knee. Don't force anything here. You can bind the elbow or the foot, and then catch your balance. Take a couple deep breaths. And then using an exhale, release the pose. Good work. All right, come back to the front of your mat. We're gonna cycle through some of the poses we started class with now, but we're gonna stop in them and we're gonna try to hold them for a little while. It's gonna be challenging, all right? So inhale, reach up, palms touch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, head up, look up. Exhale, step or jump back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pause here. So next we're gonna go right into a chair pose. I want you to try to jump right into it. So try to jump the feet forward a little, feet together, and then bend the knees right away. So inhale, jump, bend the knees, and reach your arms up. If possible, touch the palms together. If not, that's fine too. 1, tuck your tailbone under here. 2, squeeze your knees to the center line. 3, notice how straight her arms are. 4, deep breath. I know it's getting hard. Breathe deep. And 5, keep your knees bent as you exhale and put your hands down. And then step or jump back for chaturanga. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So we're gonna move through the warriors now. We call these Virabhadrasana A and B. Use an inhale, step nice and wide to the front. Drop your left heel down. Reach your arms up. If they can touch, let them touch. So I'm actually gonna encourage Tati to shorten her stance just a little bit. Yep, and then reach up again. And now you can bring this knee more forward so that you're working more in the thigh. Palms touch, look up. 1. Keep squaring the torso to the front. Feel your left rib cage, spin it towards your right knee. 2, eyes focused on the thumb, breath deep. 3, I know it's getting hard, just bear with it. 4, 5, pause there. This is a tricky thing I'm gonna ask you to do. I'm gonna ask you to keep your gaze on your thumbs, so you're looking up, pivot on your heels, and change sides. Bend the knee deeply once you get around. 1, deep breath. Try to reach more up than forward. 3, 4, 5. Inhale and then exhale, spread your arms wide. Look over your front middle fingertips. 1, try to ground down into the heel of the foot behind you. 2, feel how this helps you rotate outward along this thigh. 3, keep the forward knee tucked just past the ankle. 4, feel the burn. Try to make peace with it. Use your breath. 5, don't drop your arms. Inhale, straighten the back leg, turn other side, bend the knee. 5 more breaths. 1, eyes focused, face relaxed. 2, deep breath. 3, don't give up. 4, dig deep here, don't give up. And 5, exhale, place your hands down. Step back to plank pose, exhale and lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. I have some really good news. That's that we're gonna sit down. So look forward, step or jump forward, and just sit on your mat and extend your legs out in front of you. First seated pose today is called Dandasana, or staff pose. I want you to place your palms flat on the floor, wrist roughly in line with your sit bones. Bring awareness into your legs and draw your toes back. At the same time, internally rotate your thighs. The legs are nice and strong. Bring awareness into your pelvis. Firm your pelvic floor, draw your belly in. Broaden your chest gently, very gently, and then tuck your chin down. Look at the tip of your nose. Don't let your eyes wander. 1. Keep the belly firmly inside. 2. Keep the eyes focused. 3. Feel the breath, feel the body. 4. 5. We're going to take 2 forward folds. We call them Paschimottanasana. So I want you to reach out and start by grabbing your calf. Grab the calf, take a deep breath in, look up, lengthen, and then exhale, fold. Some of you might find that it's easy to reach further. So maybe you reach towards the ankles. Maybe you can hook your big toe in a yogi toe lock and then fully fold forward. In this position, focus on not pulling with your arms. 1. Focus on releasing the shoulders back away from the ears. 2. Instead, suck your belly firmly inside. 3. Feel the lengthening on the back of the legs. 4. And the letting go in the low back. 5. Inhale, look up, lengthen your spine. So, different options. If you were holding your calves, try to go just a little bit further. If you're holding your toes, see if you can get further from there. So maybe binding outside the feet, look up, lengthen again, exhale, fold forward. Some of you might even reach to a bind around the wrist. Wherever you are is fine. Breathe deep, belly in. 1. Shoulders back away from the ears. 2. Breath deep, rhythmic and calming. 3. 4. And 5. Inhale, head up only. Exhale there. Good. So we're not going to do any jump backs today. If you come to my next live class, we'll work on a jump back, all right? But for now, we're going to move right into a reverse plank. That's going to be our last seated pose before we move into our back bends. So placing your hands down behind you. You want the hands roughly under the shoulders. Now with an inhale, lift your hips up, point your toes, and let your head fall back. 1. Try to touch the toes down. 2. Squeeze the knees together, lift the chest. 3. Deep breath. 4. And 5. Exhale, lower down. Good. And now more good news, lay down on your mat. Take a couple deep breaths here. We're going to take one easy back bend today. It's going to be a bridge pose, and only one round of it. To prepare, bend your knees. Bring your heels sort of close to your tush, and try to make your feet parallel to each other. I want you to recognize that the energy for back bending is tied to the feet. You have to have a good firm base there in the feet in order to lift up. So press hard into the feet and lift your hips. Bring your hands together under you, interlace your fingers. Some of you might be able to wiggle side to side and get the shoulders more underneath. And then really lift your hips. You'll feel your chest moving towards your chin, and you can pull your chin back away from the chest a little. 1. 5 deep breaths here. 2, if any of you have a deeper back bend you want to take, feel free. but also feel free just to stay here. 3, 4, 5. Move the hands, release yourself down. Good. Draw your knees into your chest, and then try to touch your forehead to your knees. This will release the back bend. You can rock a little. Good. And then when you're ready, just lay down on your mat once more. Extend your legs straight out in front of you. We're going to take 2 shoulder stands only today, so Sarvangasana and Halasana. So begin by just trying to lift your legs. We're going to take this slow. Inhale, just lift the legs up. If that's super challenging, it's fine just to stay right there. But if you can start to lift the hips by pressing into the arms and then switch the hands to the back. Once you make your way up, you may find yourself in a bit of a half shoulder stand. So it might look like this. Your toes might be forward and your butt might be back a little. That's a fine place to start. But as you get a little more strong and controlled, you can lift the legs up, bring the elbows together, move the hands down towards the lower back, and try to make a straight line, reaching the toes up. And we're going to hold this for 10 deep breaths. 1, squeeze the legs together. 2, point the toes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, keep the belly in, the eyes focused. 8, 9, 10. Now, this can be tricky for some people. Drop your legs about halfway to the floor and then just pause there. Some of you might actually find yourself at your deepest variation here. That's fine. Stay there with the hands on the back. However, if you can touch the toes to the floor, let that release happen. And then release the back, interlace your fingers, and press down. 1. So wherever you are, just focusing on deep breath. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Release your hands and place your palms flat on your mat. Bend your knees and draw your heels towards your buttocks, and then slowly roll yourself down. Use your core. Slowly, slowly down. Extend your legs. Take a couple breaths here. And then when you're ready, you're going to come up to seated. So maybe rock and rolling or just pressing up. Come up to seated. And then you're going to take a comfortable cross-legged seat. So some options for you. You'll see Tati has her legs sort of crossed at the ankles. You could also cross a bit wider than that on the floor. If a cross-legged position isn't available to you at all, just extend the legs. Whatever is possible. But she can move a little further into a half lotus, putting the right foot on top of the left. And she can also take a full lotus, so bringing the left foot on top. From here, there are 2 options of what to do with the arms. The more advanced option, reaching around, grabbing each foot. But for today, we're going to work with a little easier option in case some of you out there aren't reaching there. You're just going to grab the elbows or grab the wrist, wherever you can get to. And then we're going to move into the actual state of the asana. Exhale, fold forward. Taking 10 deep breaths. Drawing in on the belly. Maybe crawling the fingers a little deeper around the elbows. Cultivating a sense of relaxation with the breath. Using the breath to relax into the challenge. And then in the next inhale or two, slowly rise up. Second closing pose, Padmasana. Take the arms very straight, back of the hands on the knees. First finger and thumb touch. Other three fingers are straight and pointed down. The spine is straight, the chin is tucked, the belly inside. 10 deep breaths. Keep the eyes focused one place. Do not let them wander. Let the breath be deep and calming. Check in with your core, make sure the belly is in, pelvic floor firm. Breath deep, breathing all the way down to that core engagement. Breathing deep into the pelvis. And now preparing for today's final pose. This one's called Utpluti Hi. I'm going to give you some variations. So if you're in a full lotus, it's actually a bit easier to lift up. I'm going to ask you to come out of your lotus. So take your top foot off. Yep. So that's fine. So put your hands down a little forward of your knees. And as a beginner, the idea is just to lift up your butt and outside. Yep. So just lift up your sit bones, leave your feet or your knees on the floor, lift your chest. You can take that position. So then lower down. If you have a half lotus, it's going to look a little bit different. You're going to try to lift up and lift the chest strongly up as well. Good. Only one foot on the floor now. And now take your full lotus. If you have this, everything's going to come up. Now here's the fun part, 10 breath. Come on up. 1. Whatever you do, don't come down. 2. 3. 4. Don't come down. Dig deep here. 5. 6. Don't go down. 7. 8, almost there. 9, 10. Awesome. Good work, guys. We're going to close with an Om together. So close your eyes, bring the hands to prayer. Take a few deep breaths. Take the time to hold your practice in gratitude. So being aware of the increased well-being that you've cultivated. See if you can feel sincerely thankful for that. And then closing with the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Thank you so much, Dati. Thank you guys for practicing. Have a great day.